Greetings class, welcome to Duel Academy. ProfessoRivas here, and this will be your third lesson of your second class of spells and traps, equip, field, and quick play spells. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to the video and turn on the notification bell to be up to date with the latest Duel Academy lessons and assessments. So without further ado, get your deck, get your game on, and let's get started. First up, we're going to talk about equip spell cards. These cards give an extra effect to one face-up monster of your choice, either your own or your opponent's, depending on the card. They remain on the field after they are activated. The equipped spell card affects only one monster, called the equipped monster, but still occupies one of your spell and trap zones. If possible, place it in the zone directly behind the equipped monster to help you remember. If the equipped monster is destroyed, flipped face down, or removed from the field, its equipped cards are destroyed. For today's example, we have Black Pendant and Legendary Sword. Black Pendant reads, the equipped monster gains 500 attack. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, inflicts 500 damage to your opponent. While Legendary Sword reads, a warrior type monster equipped with this card increases its attack and defense by 300 points. As you can see, some equipped cards are generic while others require a specific type. Black Pendant can be equipped to any monster, while Legendary Sword can only be equipped to warrior type monsters. Equipped spells are classified as spell speed 1, which means they can be activated from either your hand or field during your own main phase 1 or main phase 2, but not your opponent's. Also, they cannot be used to respond to the activation of a card or effect. Generally, equipped spells can be equipped to monsters on either side of the field. Once equipped, the equipped spell remains on the field until the equipped spell or equipped monster is destroyed. The equipped spell may also be destroyed if the equipped monster is flipped face down. Multiple equipped spells can be equipped to a monster. And finally, equipped spells have a variety of effects. Some equipped spells can increase a monster's stats or decrease their stats. Some equipped spells can make a monster immune to card effects, while some can prevent them from being destroyed in battle. The list goes on and on. Here are the cards being used for the following demo: Mechanical Chaser, 7 completed, and the Dark Magician. In this demo, your opponent has a Dark Magician on their side of the field. You have a Mechanical Chaser on your side of the field, and a 7 completed in your hand. Although your Mechanical Chaser is weaker, the 7 completed in your hand can boost the machine monster's attack or defense by 700 points. Since Mechanical Chaser is a machine monster, it is compatible with 7 completed, which means you can activate it from your hand and give your Mechanical Chaser a 700 attack boost, leaving it with 2550 attack, 15 more than the Dark Magician. Which means you could attack with Mechanical Chaser during the battle phase and destroy your opponent's Dark Magician. Now notice in the demo, we put the 7 completed below Mechanical Chaser. Although it is not mandatory, it is a good habit to place your equipped spells in the same column as the equipped monster. If you decide to use an equipped spell on your opponent's monster, it will stay on your side of the field on your own spell and trap zones. But it's still a good habit to place it in the same column as the equipped monster. This helps you and your opponent keep track of which monster is equipped with an equipped spell. Next up, we have the field spells. These cards go in your field zone and stay there. Each player can have one field spell card on their own side of the field. To use another field spell, send your previous one to the graveyard. Many field spell effects apply to both players. These cards may be placed face down in the field zone, but are not active until flipped face up. For today's examples, we have Mountain and Forest. Mountain reads, increase the attack and defense of all dragon, winged beast, and thunder type monsters by 200 points. Forest reads, increase the attack and defense of all insect, beast, Plant and Beast Warrior type monsters by 200 points. Field spells are classified as a spell speed 1, which means they can be activated from your hand or field during your own main phase 1 or main phase 2, but not your opponent's. Also, they cannot be used to respond to the activation of a card or effect. A field spell can only be played in the field zone. In general, if you play a field spell, it affects the entire field. If your opponent plays a field spell while yours is active, their field spell only affects their side, while your field spell only affects yours. Field spells have a variety of effects. Field spells have evolved quite a bit. Early field spells like Mountain and Forest only give a slight boost to monsters on the field based on the type. In today's game, field spells may be specific to an archetype like Madolche Chateau for the Madolche archetype, and Xian's Castle of Mist for the Six Samurai archetype. Or, field spells can just affect monsters in general regardless of a monster's type or archetype, like Mystic Mind. Here are the cards being used for the following demo: Dark Blade, Sogen, and Sabersaurus. In this demo, your opponent has Sabersaurus on their side of the field. You have Dark Blade on your side of the field and Sogen in your hand. Although Dark Blade has 100 less attack than Sabersaurus, the Sogen in your hand will give a boost to Warrior and Beast Warrior's attack and defense by 200. Therefore, you can activate Sogen from your hand by placing it in the field spell zone. It'll increase Dark Blade's attack and defense by 200 since it is a warrior, leaving it with 2000 attack, making it strong enough to destroy Sabersaurus in the battle phase. Side note, be mindful of the monsters on your opponent's side of the field since most field spells affect the entire field. Therefore, if your opponent had warriors and or beast warriors on their side of the field, your Sogen would also give them a boost in attack and defense. Last but not least, we have quick play spells. These are special spell cards that can be activated during any phase of your turn, not just your main phase. You can also activate them during your opponent's turn if he set the card face down first, but then you cannot activate the card in the same turn you set it. For today's examples, we have Mystical Space Typhoon, aka MST, and Scapegoat. MST reads, target one spell/trap card on the field. Destroy that target. Scapegoat reads, if you activate this card, you cannot summon other monsters this turn. Special summon 4 sheep tokens in defense position. The sheep tokens cannot be used as a tribute for a tribute summon or set. Quick play spells are classified as a spell speed 2, which means they can respond to spell speed 1 and other spell speed 2 effects. When it's your turn, you can activate quick play spells from your hand during any phase. When a quick play spell is set, it takes on the properties of a trap card, which means it cannot be activated the turn it is set, but can be activated during your opponent's turn. Here are the cards being used for the following demo: Dark Blade, Axe Raider, Rush Recklessly, and Forbidden Lance. In this demo, your opponent has an Axe Raider on their side of the field, and one card face down. You have Dark Blade on your side of the field, and a Forbidden Lance in your hand. Let's say we're in the battle phase, and it's your turn. Since your Dark Blade is stronger by 100 points, you go to attack. However, your opponent activates their set quick play spell, Rush Recklessly, which will give their Axe Raider a 700 attack point boost, leaving it with 2400 attack. But since you have Forbidden Lance, another quick play spell, you can activate it in response to Rush Recklessly to target your opponent's Axe Raider. Not only will it reduce Axe Raider by 800 attack points, it will also make it so that Axe Raider cannot be affected by other spells and traps, meaning that Rush Recklessly will not be able to give Axe Raider the 700 attack boost, leaving it with the final attack of 900 points. This will allow you to destroy the Axe Raider with your Dark Blade. Notice in this demo that your opponent activated their quick play spell, Rush Recklessly, on your turn. But we can't forget that when a quick play spell is set, it takes the properties of a trap card, which means it can be used on your opponent's turn. We also noticed that you were able to activate Forbidden Lance from your hand during the battle phase. But remember, this is the only type of spell card that could do that since it could be activated during any phase. Quick tip: the best time to set a quick play spell is during your main phase 2. This is because if you set it during main phase 1, you cannot activate it for the rest of the turn. However, if you set it in main phase 2, the spell is set up to activate at any phase during your opponent's next turn and every turn thereafter. Thank you so much for attending this class. There will be a quiz in this lesson, so don't forget to take it. I hope you have a great day, and class dismissed.